Ramadan is not just about stopping our food and drink. As you all know, the methodology of fasting in Ramadan is we stop eating dawn time, which is about an hour or so before sunrise, and we do not eat, drink, or partake in any sexual intimacy with our partner, whether it be your husband or your wife, and we cease that fast and we begin eating again or drinking and everything else at the sunset. So for approximately, like for example in Trinidad and Tobago, we're looking at approximately 12, 13 hours. So for approximately 12 hours, we do not eat or we do not drink. And it does not mean that we separate or isolate ourselves from society. There's no such asceticism or monasticism in Islam. In fact, we are told that we must continue to partake in our jobs, in our interactions with society, in our regular activities, but we are abstaining from these things to help us draw closer to Allah. And it is an amazing tarbiyah, cultivation, an amazing institution of tarbiyah. We consider it an institution of cultivation. This month, the Muslim, while staying away from food and drink and intimacy and all the things that we normally indulge in a halal way, in a permissible way throughout the year, we stay away from these things, and it helps us to nurture certain qualities within us. Patience, one of the most important things in Islam, sabr. It helps us to improve the health of our heart, to have a healthy heart. Because throughout the year, by eating and drinking and all the things that we indulge in, we forget our purpose in life, to worship our Lord, to please our Lord. And even though one of the great benefits of fasting is that we, as people who are given and we are gifted with the fact that we have food to eat and we have water to drink and we have all these amenities in our life, that there are those who do not. And there are those who are involuntarily fasting all of the year. They cannot get food to eat. They cannot get water to drink. Like our brothers and sisters in Palestine who are facing the oppression of the Jews today in Israel. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alleviate their pain and their harm. And these people throughout the year, and just right here in our own country, there are people who cannot find a meal to eat. And so it helps us to make ourselves understand their plight and their situation and be grateful. One of the greatest accomplishments of the fasting person is he becomes grateful for that which Allah has provided for him throughout the year. The fasting person, one of the greatest delights is that moment when he breaks his fast, when he puts that morsel of food in his mouth after breaking his fast and that sip of water. He quenches the body and the blood, the veins have been quenched. As we say one of the du'as, one of the supplications we say when we break our fast, and he appreciates what Allah gives to him. So the month of Ramadan helps us to create a better version of ourselves. And mind you, as one of our scholars in the past have said, if fasting was only for the rich to be given the same feeling as the poor by abstaining from food and drink, then Allah would not have made it obligatory even on the poor people. So it's not only for us to understand that we don't have food and drink, or we don't have intimacy, or these pleasures that we indulge in a permissible way. It is for us to better our soul, to better our nafs,